Hello, my nephews and nieces, your Uncle Kyle here, and the Bat Tank is pretty goated.
I should get back to the car. It's under attack.
I think we can all agree that the Batmobile was severely hated when Arkham Knight came out almost a decade ago, but I'm here to explain to you today why the Batmobile is Arkham Knight's saving grace. I think the first and most important point I need to talk about when thinking and talking about the Batmobile is that to compare it to other gameplay in the series, compare it to City, compare it to Asylum, Origins, whatever you want to do. If you want to put Blackgate in there, I don't care. You can do what you want. But the reason I love the Batmobile so much, the main goddamn reason, is because it makes the gameplay differ a whole lot from other entries of the series. When you talk about gameplay, when you compare Asylum, Origins, and Asylum in gameplay, they're pretty similar, innit? I mean, they should be. They're the same franchise. You're playing as the same character, same main character. So yeah, of course you would expect the gameplay to be mostly the same. But I'm just saying, in a new game in a series, you need more nuance. You need something new. You need a reason to play that new game over the former game you've been playing. In a nutshell, you need to convince the common person why they should spend £60, £70 on this new AAA game. And I think the Batmobile does that absolutely well. The Batmobile just gives Arkham Knight so much more personality than the other games. There is so much difference, I feel, that in Arkham Knight compared to the rest of the series. Everyone complains that Origins is so far removed from Asylum, City, and Knight, when I could argue that there is a lot of reasons why Knight is just as far compared to the other three that Origins, everyone says Origins is, you know what I mean? And I love it for that. I love it for being different. There is no experience in the Arkham series that is like Knight in that way. I could say that Origins is similar to City, and if you want to go further than that, then you could say that City is similar to Asylum, but Knight is just so goddamn different in gameplay wise, at least, that it's just an absolute beauty to me. I suppose I should actually speak about the actual Batmobile gameplay, because it's one thing of just saying, oh yeah, we have a different thing for you to do in this game compared to the previous games in the series, but actually, is the Batmobile's gameplay any good? Of course it is. It's Rocksteady. It's the old Rocksteady. Of course it was really good. And listen, I didn't play Arkham Knight on launch. I played Arkham Knight quite a bit later. I played Arkham Knight around 2019. I'm gonna say it's been quite a long time, but I'm gonna say that me personally, back at 2015 when this game came out, I could not believe that people hated the Batmobile, because I loved the Batmobile from the start. It was absolute perfection to me. The combat was great. The moving around the map was the best it's been in the entire series. I just couldn't stop naming positives for this goddamn car. And yeah, everyone was saying, oh yeah, so it's more of a tank than a car. When have you seen the Batmobile in any other type of media be this, well, tanky? And yeah, that's true. And yeah, that's true. You are right about that. It's a very unique Batmobile in that way. But is that really a bad thing? Should we really be complaining that the Batmobile that we got in Arkham Knight is so goddamn different from other Batmobiles in, let's say, the animated series, in live action? I mean, in live, Affleck's was not that different, but you know what I'm saying. I relish at this tank, car, whatever you want to call it, you know, I don't really care, but yeah, whatever you call it, I relish that it is completely different from other Batmobiles. And going by that point, I think the Batmobile is absolutely sexy. You are lying if you're saying that this Batmobile is ugly, doesn't look nice. I think it looks absolutely great. Of course, you have to have the, like, Mattier, I think it's Mattier black, I don't know, but yeah, of course you have to have the black color, because of course Batman. But you know, I just think it's just the overall design, everything to do with the Batmobile, it's just so goddamn perfect, and it fits the Arkham Knight theme of Batman just being a heavily armored motherfucker going up against this militia that has a bit like billions worth of funding against it. This absolute freak of a Batman with a goddamn high tech to the highest point suit, to the high tech to the even higher point of cars at his disposal. It fits Batman, it fits the game, it's just goddamn perfect how, like I said, how different it makes the series compared to the rest of the series. So yeah, I really appreciate it for that. Another reason why I really love the Batmobile is that it just made you feel like Batman, and that's something that I loved going through every single game in the series, going from Asylum to City to Origins to Knight. And when I personally first played the series, I played City first because the cover looked better, and I played Asylum next, and then I didn't play Origins for a long time. I played Knight after that, I didn't play Origins until I got a PC, so I think the first time I knew what happened in Origins. I watched a YouTuber play it, but I never played it until like a year ago, I'm gonna say. Or not even a year, I think like 7 months ago is when I first played Origins for myself. But I like how when you go up in this series, you're gonna go Asylum, City, Origins, Night. Every single game, as it should, it makes you feel more and more like Batman. And I just think the cherry on the top of the series to make you feel like Batman, they had to add some kind of vehicle. In Origins, they kind of had the Batwing, but that was more of a fast travel thing. And in Night, again, they just did what we all wanted. We wanted the Batmobile, we wanted some kind of vehicle. And yeah, the Batmobile, it was goddamn perfect. In a nutshell, I just want a Batman simulator for the next Arkham game. Big man, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a gamer. If you didn't understand that already, I don't know how you could, but if you didn't understand that by this time, then I'm a gamer. And I tend to favor stuff that is gaming related. Like if you ask me my favorite fictional characters, I would name majority people from games. If you ask, well, pretty much anything. If you ask me to name my favorite anything, I would name you a character or maybe a place from a game. If you ask me to name my favorite fictional character, I would say Arkham Batman. If you ask me to name my favorite version of Gotham, I would say Gotham in Arkham Knight. If you ask me to name, I don't know, if you ask me to name, yeah, my favorite version of the Batmobile, I would say the Batmobile in Arkham Knight. Well, either that or the Clooney Batmobile. I surprisingly like that a lot. But yeah, but like even those two, the Batmobile in Night or the Clooney one, that's my Batmobile right there. And going by that, I just wanted to say how badass this Batmobile makes Batman look. I mean, yeah, we could have gone down the route that people wanted back in the day with, well, everyone wanted something different really. Some people wanted just a casual Batmobile like an animated series just to get Batman from A to B, not really a combat weapon. And some people just wanted the whole gameplay of the Batmobile just not being like how it was. And like I said, I think everything's perfect. I don't really have any negatives to say about the Batmobile. I'm just really focusing on how badass it makes this Batman guy look. To have this big ass Batmobile that can double up as a tank and just destroy any of the drones that's coming his way. Like, I don't think you people understand. A lot of the reason people do not like Knight is because of the Batmobile. When a lot of the reason why I like Arkham Knight, and I would say it's actually the best game in the series, is because of the Batmobile. Now listen, I do want to address the main reason that people do not like the Batmobile and the main reason that it was hated back in the day. And I believe the reason for that is because it was overused in the game. Actually, surprisingly, based on my glorification of Batmobile in this video, I actually do agree with that. I do think there was a bit too much Batmobile in there, and I cannot blame Rocksteady a whole lot for it. Yes, it made the game slightly worse than it could have been with just a bit more Batman, but that doesn't take away the absolute great gameplay that they gave us with the Batmobile. And to take into consideration how Rocksteady probably thought that they spent a whole lot of time, I know they spent absolutely insane amounts of time just to get the Batmobile working and to get the Batmobile working in the goddamn game. It would have taken a whole load of time and a whole lot of concentration to make it work, and I am thankful for that. And I guess I understand what they were thinking. We spent a whole long time doing this, so let's put the player in the Batmobile a whole lot of the time so they actually use it. Why did I just shake my desk there? And yeah, I do get what people say when they say, oh yeah, it was ruining the game because of you had to use it in fights that you really shouldn't have used it, like aka basically the Deathstroke fight is the biggest victim of the Batmobile here. And I do agree with that also. I do think that we should have had a very different fight for Deathstroke other than the Batmobile, a tank fight, and then just fucking clapping him. And then various others like Firefly. I do agree that in a whole load of points, Arkham Knight was very much dependent on the Batmobile, and it very much seemed like a necessity for Batman to get through the events of Arkham Knight. I don't really like the thought of Batman completely without the Batmobile would be like totally helpless in Night, but the amount of missions you have to have the Batmobile for, it would make you think so. That like if the Batmobile blew up and then like the, I don't know, the prototype that Lucius was working on as well for some reason just blew up. I don't know, terrorists. I don't know. Anything can happen, guys. But still, if they both just blew up, then Batman would be pretty much screwed in Arkham Knight. I don't really like the thought of that, but that's how the game's kind of built. And yeah, that is a bad thing about it. and there is too much. But of what we got was pretty much perfect, was pretty much amazing. Just having too much of something doesn't take away from its enjoyment, innit? Well, it can. But what I'm trying to say, my main point here, is that do not let the Batmobile being overused dampen how great it was to control and it just being in the game in the first place. If this game used the Batmobile a whole lot less, then I think that this game could have been even better than it already is. And I'm already saying that it's nearly perfect. I'm already saying that it's an amazing game. Yeah, but in Night, a decent game. But in Night, we get a decent amount of Batman on foot. And I'm just thinking that we've had 3 games. 3 games of Batman being almost purely on foot. I am very happy to have a game where I play as the Batmobile. Like, if you want a game where you play as majority Batman on foot, then I don't know, play the challenge maps at Night, go back, play City, go play Origins, go play Asylum. That's what I do. If you want a mixed Batman experience where you're feeling the most like Batman in every way possible, then I personally go to Night. Since I play it a whole lot, even these days, it's basically my comfort game. I just hop on Endless Night and do the most in it. I really do think that people should see the Batmobile in a more positive light, especially after Suicide Squad. I see the Batmobile as a godsend now, thanks to Suicide Squad. So at least it did that. It made me appreciate what I had. You know, like we need to, as a society, appreciate what we have, and you know that will make us all happier. I think that's a really good point to end on. You know, I'm proud of myself for that. I don't know about you. I've got some good hair. I don't know if you saw that, but like, oh, got in a little ponytail. I think that's not a ponytail, is it? I don't know. Pineapple looking ass. So and these little weeds as well. Aquaman. I don't know what I'm talking about actually, and I should end this now. Yeah, anyway, that's gonna be the end of the video today. My main point today is that I'm a power fantasy guy. I play games that give you a whole lot of power fantasy. So somehow I do not like Doom Eternal, but like yeah, the Batmobile, it gives you a whole lot of power fantasy, whether it's hacking, whether it's missiles, doing whatever, man. It just makes you feel so goddamn powerful. And what Arkham Knight just does in its own way with fear, multi-takedowns, whatever, you know, stuff like that. And yeah, that's probably why I love Arkham Knight so much, because it's the most powerful power fantasy Batman you get in the series. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Please tell me down below what you think of the Batmobile. Is my opinion shit? I will take it. I'll take what you say and do something with it. But yeah, I would love to hear what you guys have to say about the Batmobile so much years later, like yeah, a decade later, what you have to say about it. Have you changed your mind on the Batmobile? Do you still hate it? Did you always love it from the start like me, you know, stuff like that? But yeah, I would love to hear all of it. But anyway, I'm your Uncle Kyle. There should be 2 videos around here that you can go ahead and watch. They're pretty good videos. You should go ahead and check them out. I hope you have a fantastic day. No Marvel Rivals pun intended. And I'll see you next time.